This paid Instagram funnel got me 10x ROAS, which essentially means that every single dollar that I spent, I got $10 out. But the tricky part here is that I'm not only going to show you what I did, but I'm also going to show you how I did it. I'm going to show you my live ad account, how much money I've spent, what are the results. I'm going to show you my CRM, my conversions, my ad creatives, my funnel. I'm going to break down absolutely everything. So if you don't have 15 to 20 minutes to watch the whole video and you want to make money, you better get out, because this is for people who actually want to make a lot of cash in 2025 using this Instagram funnel. For that video, I'm going to take the data from June 2024 to my personal profile, what we did, how we did it, and how did it actually perform. And the reason why I was really in between, should I really share this or not, was simply because I know how powerful that is. I know for a fact that if you just literally take exactly what I'm going to teach you in this video and implement it within your niche, within your market, you are definitely gonna get amazing results. So fuck it, I'm just gonna share everything that's in here, and I'll show you a month by month since 2023 exactly what I've been doing. Live ad accounts, live CRM data, live numbers, live funnel breakdowns. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Step number one is the actual funnel structure. I'm using something very simple. I've actually mentioned this in the previous video where I'm talking about organic marketing, but it's an Instagram ad to an Instagram profile visit. They're gonna follow us, they will DM us. We are going to nurture them using ManyChats, and they will pay to us whatever we're trying to sell them. So let's get right into it. In step number one of this little tiny funnel, we need to create some sort of ads. I'm going to show you later on my ad account and what kind of ads we're creating, but to be honest, the two ads that we've created are those. I'm just telling them about the opportunity. I call these opportunistic ads. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you will know what kind of opportunistic reels or content you can create to attract new viewers and customers. But yeah, in these videos, in these ads, I'm just telling them, hey, do you know that you can get X in Z time without pain points in time frame? If you want to learn how, just click the learn more button. And the moment they click on learn more, they will land in my Instagram profile. So yeah, we've been testing quite a lot of interest. That's why we have so many creatives, but essentially it's the same ad again and again and again. So this is step number one of the funnel. Step number two is very simple. I want every single one who saw that video ad to click on that button, learn more, which will land them on my Instagram profile. And as you can see, this is just for the month of June 2024. I got 8,673 Instagram profile visits. I simply want those people who have clicked on the ad to land on my profile, consume some of my content, which is content through Reels, content through IG stories, the content through carousels, multiple different kind of content that, by the way, if you haven't watched my previous video where I'm diving deep into what exactly kind of content that you have to create in order for those followers to turn into actual customers, go back, watch the other video, and then get back to this one. Now, as soon as they land in my profile and they have consumed some sort of content, even if they haven't, they will follow me. Of course, not all of them, but some of them will follow me. And in the month of June, I got over 4,273 followers, which, by the way, this is public. You can check it yourself on Social Blade. And step number four is as soon as they become a follower, they will message me because they have interest in exactly what I'm doing. I'm not going to dive into what kind of content you have to create here because I've already talked about this in my previous video. My main goal here is to get a DM from the new follower, and they will DM me soon or later because they will consume a lot of my content, a lot of my stories. And I'm basically triggering a lot of curiosity, and it's been working quite well for years now. And there's just a screenshot of my inbox. It's, to be honest, nonstop. It's flooded with leads, with people asking for different resources for help, etc. I do have a setter because I can't really do everything myself right now, and I've been doing it this way since 2023. Now, step number four is ManyChats. I'm using this automation that you can copy and paste, but what it really does is every single time when a lead comes, the bot will be triggered and it will send a personalized message that will give them the resource that they're asking for. Yet again, really depends from what kind of content they've came through. But yeah, it will nurture them, send them some additional resources, and it will redirect them to a VSL that they will watch. And as soon as they watch the VSL or consume the lead magnet, they will ask some further questions, which the setter will answer. We call this the FAQ stage. They're gonna, just ask very simple, frequently asked questions. How does that work? How does that work? And how can I pay? And step number 6 is they're becoming a paying clients. And we are selling multiple different services and products. So we have high ticket, low ticket, mid ticket, done for you DIY, done with you services, many different products as well. But now I want to get into the numbers here. You are going to generate and get a lot of attention, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that attention will convert into, followers and leads and all of that. So it's all about actual volume and consistency here, especially with organic. Now with ads, it's a bit different because the more you put in, the more you get out. Of course, if you're using the right strategy. But here's the numbers breakdown in terms of ads. We have over 579,000 impressions. That means how many times our ad has been seen out there. Then we have 8,673 IG profile visits. That means that, that means this is how many people saw my Instagram profile and they've clicked on it. Out of those 8,673 profile visits, we have 4,273 followers, which is nearly, if I'm not wrong, 50% of the people who have visited my profile clicked follow, which is absolutely delusional and crazy in a good way. And out of those 4,273 followers, we had 2,207 leads or DMs. I'm considering, by the way, a lead someone who have messaged me with a question about a resource. I don't really care what kind of resource they're asking for, but essentially a lead is someone who has asked for a resource from us, and the resource has been provided. This is what a lead is. Of course, they're becoming leads as soon as they DM us, and out of those 2,000 leads, 52 actually book. Now, I want to dive right into step number 2, which is the actual numbers. Honestly, I care about nothing but numbers. Numbers speaks well. If you cannot prove your point with numbers, you are full of shit. If you're new to this channel, you will see that every single time when I do have something to teach you guys, I will back it up with loads of proof. So now we spent $3,079, which can be seen right here on the ad accounts. Then out of that, we got 579,000 impressions, which can be found right here. Then that leads us to CPM of $5.32, which could be found right here. CPM is how much it costs us to show our ad to 1,000 people, which a $5 CPM is very cheap. If you understand ads, you know that that's very cheap. Now, out of those impressions, how many people actually clicked? Well, this is 8,953, which is right here. There we go. Link clicks. And that leads us to cost per click of 34 cents. This is very, very, very cheap and very good, to be honest. Now, the CTR percentage, the overall one, link click-through rate, so that's the percentage of people who saw the ad and clicked the ads, that's 1.55. That's very low, but keep in mind that the rest of the KPIs are absolutely killing it, so I don't really care about that low CTR, sorry. Overall, we have 8,673 profile visits. We got 4,273 followers. Out of those followers, we got 2,207 leads. And out of those leads, we have 52 purchases. The revenue was 30,000. The cash collected was 29,900. The ROI is 9.71, or every single dollar that we've put into ads, we got $9.71 out, which, by the way, left us with 85% profit margins because I've been selling mainly info here. Info is hyper profitable. Every single profile visit cost us 35 cents. This is cost per visit, CPV. And then how much it cost me to get a follower? Well, it cost me 73 cents. I've seen other creators in the space feeling proud that, it cost me $1.53 for a follower. And I'm like, bro, if I'm spending $1 for a follower, I'm cooked. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. You have to keep it under $1. So 73 cents per follower, which is CPF, is cost per follower, is exactly what we got. Now, leads. How much it cost me to actually get a lead? Because a follower means nothing without some sort of interest. Well, cost per lead is $1.39. Yet again, if you understand how ads work, you know for a fact that this is absolute killer. This is someone. Now, out of those leads, we have 52 people who purchased, and this is called CPA, or cost per acquisition, is $59. So In very simple language, it cost me $59 to acquire a customer. Getting crazy numbers for real. It's absolutely delusional. Now, let's talk about percentages. The percentages of people who visited my profile to actually becoming followers is crazy high, 49.26, which, trust me guys, this is delusional. People are being happy with like 15 to 20% visit to follower. I'm getting 49.26% from a visit to a follower, thanks to my creative, of course. And then the percentage of followers who became leads is about 51%. So over 50% of the people who have followed me asked for a resource and they became leads. And now from leads to actual purchases, we have 2.36. Now, there's a huge drop here, but I will explain to you why. But yet again, if you just look at that number, for example, the cost per acquisition, that's delusional. Like, this is absolutely crazy. In this space, I'm talking about the info space, marketing space, CPA below $500 to $1,000, you can't get. Like, if you actually get a $500 CPA to sell, let's say, a high ticket coaching program, like 500 is actually crazy. Like, I'm out of speech because this is very, very, very low. Okay. Now, the revenue is $30,200. This is from ads itself. I will show you the CRM as well, but this is just a screenshot from our CRM. We're using Monday. By the way, if you don't know what it is, just Google it. But yeah, we have 52 customers. This is from June to July, 1st of June to the 1st of July. Revenue, 30,000. And in cash collected, we have $29,900. And that's basically what do we have here. Before I get into the other things, I want to focus on the leads, because you saw that there's a low conversion rate, which I'm like, come on bro, look at the numbers. But yeah, that 2% seems low. And why is that? Well, let me explain. That doesn't necessarily mean that every single one who visits your profile will become a follower. And it doesn't necessarily mean that every single one who visited your profile will become a lead. And it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone who have become a lead will actually buy something from you, at least now. So how do we track what kind of followers that we got? Well, check this out. We're putting everything into our CRM. I have an amazing system that I can track the quality. Let me actually walk you through what are those. So we have percentage of underage leads. Even though we're targeting 18 plus, Meta is still pushing people that are under 18. Then we have percentage of people who are not qualified. We have percentage of people who haven't answered, and we have an overall conversion percentage of all. So this is how I know what kind of leads are getting into our pipeline, where are they at, are they qualified, what's the issue with them, they don't have money, they're not qualified because they have some problem, or they are underage and we don't want to sell to those people because they're headache, or like, what's the actual problem. This is why, this is how I'm making different changes within the campaigns and within the ad sets. Let me actually give an example. If the majority of the leads, let's say 70% of the leads are, underage, I'm simply going to raise the bar of the age group. If they're not qualified, I will play with the targeting. Probably my broad campaign is bringing a lot of generic traffic, which is not qualified. These are people that have no interest in exactly what do we do. Then no answer. I'm tracking that because I can see where the gap is. It could be the follow-up process that we have. It could be the messages that we're sending. It could be the VSL that we're sending, or the lead magnet that we're sending. By using those little tiny KPIs, I can play with different variables of what's working and what's not, and I can improve it, get better at it, and just make more money overall. If the conversion rate is hyper low and everything else is in place, for example, we have a low percentage of underage people, low percentage of not qualified leads, low percentage of people who have not answered after they've got the resource or they've become a lead, and the conversion rate is low as well. That means that there is a problem at the back end, which means the setter, the closer, is not doing the job correctly, and we need to work there. So do you see that, like, you have to play a lot with all of that? Because if you're not tracking it, you will wonder, okay, what's broken? And you're probably gonna play with something that's been working well and fine, and you're gonna try and fix something that's been fixed and it's not the problem, so you're gambling. and I can't really afford that. So this is why it's very important to not only track your leads, but also the quality of the leads. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what do we do and the reason behind why we're doing it. Hopefully you guys are still following up here, because there's a lot of things. I want to dive into something else, and I want to be clear. Everything that we do here is without using any heavy tech. I'm not using anything besides ManyChat, by the way. ManyChat is very, very simple to use. If you just plug and play one of our flows, you can have an up and running system in 10 to 15 minutes. So we're not using any heavy tech. We're not calling people. We're not conducting sales calls. We're not sending DMs like the rest of the people are doing out there. What do we do is we are selling through IG DMs. I've said this in my previous video, but if you're selling something below $1,500, you don't have to call people. You don't have to create different crazy funnels and webinars and set up heavy tech. I've made over $1.8 million using this strategy. Like, it's very straightforward. They have interest, you send them the resource, they consume the resource, handle the FAQs, and just collect the payment. That's it. And we've been doing this only and solely purposely using IGDMs, without calling them, without conducting sales calls. No, nothing of that. Okay. Now, when it comes down to actually getting traffic, 2 ads, not 50. I've seen people creating 50 freaking ads for, I don't know for a reason, but we're using 2 very simple ads. These are the winners. And when it comes down to actually testing creatives, we're not testing 50 different creatives, 4 to 5 creatives. That is it. Just hit a different angle and a different pain point every single time, and be in a different spot. Probably be dressed in a different way. This one here is me in a jet ski in Dubai, and this is me in a Lambo. When it comes down to actually having a funnel, that's why it looks like this. It's not even a funnel, bro. It's an IG ad, profile visit, a follower, IGDM, ManyChat, and you have a paying client, just like that. The plug and play workflow that I've mentioned earlier, which is ManyChat, is also this one, because we're using 2 different flow charts. But every single time when we have a story reply, a comment, or a direct message, this will trigger ManyChat, and ManyChat will send them the resources. It will follow up with them. It will tag them through many different ways, and it will do the heavy lifting for me, and I'm not gonna do shit. They will simply come to me and ask me, hey, bro, how can I pay? I've watched everything. I want to become your customer. And by doing this, we're having quite crazy results for real. Like, this thing is printing money. All right, check this out, guys. Overall, we've collected in terms of cash, 121,000 in cash, and as you can see, majority of them are PIFs, which means paid in full. Some of them have payment plans, some of them are like second payments from the previous month. But what could I say? This has been printing. I want you to win, boys. That's my goal here. I want you to win. I want you to be at the top. I want to drink my matcha latte. I'm joking, of course. I'm not drinking that. I'm drinking just black coffee. But yeah, I want you to guys win. This is what I got here. Hopefully it was helpful. I was 1,000% transparent with you all. So hopefully you guys are happy. Now, I'm gonna go take myself a coffee because it's 9:36 p.m. and I have another 2 hours worth of content to record. And yeah, if you haven't followed me on my new Instagram, by the way, go follow me, subscribe to this channel if you like this type of content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hey, what's up, guys? I completely forgot to share my ads account, so here I'm at the end of the video, but it doesn't really matter because I made a promise and I just want to stick to my word. But there's nothing much to see here compared to the screenshot that I got on Miro, which is that one. It's essentially the same thing, but I just wanted to, show it. Let me just select the dates. We're gonna do 1st of June 2024 to the 1st of July update. Just refresh. And there you have it. That's the ad spend. There's how many impressions. There's how many clicks, cost per click, link click-through rate, IG profile visits. That's what we got. Now, quick recap in terms of ad sets. It might seems like we've been testing a lot of things because there's like 190 campaigns here, but if we just scroll down a bit, those who have spent like $10 were something that we've tested. For example, like we have lookalikes. I don't want to give you that much info about ads because you probably are not that good yet in ads. I'm not saying that you're not good, but lookalikes are a whole different animal. But we were testing quite a lot of things like cold audiences at the very beginning, and they didn't really quite work well. That's why we stopped them. But yeah, there's a lot of ad sets that we've tested as well. These here are unpublished, so let me actually see how many do we have. Let's see from here, because I spent like $10. 35 ad sets. There you have it, 35 ad sets. And if we really just select the ones that actually spend some cash, let's say here, we got like 20 ad sets. Why there's only 20 ad sets, or why there's so many ad sets, let me explain. We're testing broad campaigns, lookalikes. So broad is without any targeting, just like demographical. Then you have interest-based targeting, which is small business owners, for example, people that have interest in digital marketing, people that are from location, let's say from a city X, and they live in the neighborhood, whatever. Like there's different behavior and interest-based targetings, and that's why we have that many ad sets. Keep in mind that some people test like 50, 60 ad sets. I think that's delusional, especially in our space. But yeah, this is the ad accounts. This is what kind of ad sets we got. And in terms of creatives, same shit. We got those 2 creatives that I've shared earlier with you. They've been doing pretty well. And honestly, as soon as you launch, let's say five creatives, 2 or 3 will not perform, even 4 might not perform. Only 1 will be the winner. In our case, this is the winner. They're just in different ad sets, and that's been working pretty well. So hopefully that all makes sense and you guys like the video. I'll see you in the next one.